Thank you.
And also Sister Chen. All right. Now for the Dhamma sharing, we have our Brother Tan Leng Huat, who is going to continue his Jataka tales. Today it will be an auspicious day, which is very suitable because today is the 1st of 2023, a very auspicious day. And let's see what he tells, or he shares with us how to celebrate this auspicious day. Right, over to you, Brother Leng Huat. I have to move my seat now, and while he takes over, Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sorry, we are using one equipment today. I've got such slight problem with my, I don't know how to use the handphone now. Okay, anyway, let me wish you all a very happy new year. Like always, we say that we have a prosperous year ahead of you. May you have a wonderful year. And this all comes to the fact that we are all talking about the worldly pleasures, worldly pleasures. We cannot get away from these worldly pleasures that we talk about. Although many a times in the Buddhist circle, we always focus on the spiritual development of ourselves. Yeah, we always talk about the spiritual development. But in practice, we always wish people to be well and happy and to be prosperous. Yeah. So with that, let me take you to one old Jataka story. I'm a storyteller now. So Jataka story during the time of the Buddha. The time of the Buddha, there was a festive going on also. There was a festive. So Sister Visakha, she was just a lay person then. So what happened was her friends, she got 500 friends. She was a very great devotee, great benefactor of the Buddha. So her friends all approached her and said, let us go and celebrate. Let's go and celebrate. This is a very festive day, let's go and celebrate, She says, no, I don't drink. So she said, no, I don't drink. So how can I join you in your celebration where it's all boozing and drinking and, getting drunk and all those things? She said, never mind, then my way of celebrating is I go and give dana better, So she thought that, why not I give dana? She said, okay, I'll go to the Buddha and I will offer dana there. While you all go and celebrate with booze and okay, fine, that is the mundane world. People are doing that. Even up to today, people are doing that. I'm sure many of them boozed last night. To welcome in the new year, they start boozing. Okay, fine. So her friends all went to drink and they were all very drunk. She went to the Buddha and she offered dana to the Buddha. And the friends all followed after that. They were drunk and they misbehaved themselves. They start dancing in front of the Buddha. They were not, clothes were not very well worn, so hair ruffled. And this is how drunken people behave. So then the Buddha was not too happy. When the Buddha saw this, then the Buddha knew. The Buddha not happy, but the Buddha knew it's time to teach them something also. Had time to influence them. So what the Buddha did was from his eyebrow, dark blue rays of light came, emitted dark blue rays of light, and the whole place became dark. And when the whole place was dark, all the 500 people were very frightened. They suddenly feared death. Suddenly all became sober. The idea that death is near, so they all became sober. Then the Buddha knew it's time to teach them, time to preach to them. Then the Buddha levitated himself up to Mount Meru, emitted bright lights this time, bright lights like the rising sun, 1,000 moon shining, very bright. Then the Buddha told them, why are you all getting drunk and then live in darkness all the time? Then like I say, Buddha have to just simply say a few words to people, they can be enlightened. So all of them became Sotapanna at that stage. They realized that actually the way of celebration is not right. They realized the way of celebration is not right. There are many ways to celebrate a festival, many ways. It's an auspicious day. Some may choose to drink, but they can control their drink. Some choose to drink and they don't control themselves and all those kind of things. But some will choose to give dana instead. So then they all became aware and they all became Sotapanna. Then the Buddha told them a story. The Buddha told them the origin of this kind of drunkenness, actually. So the Buddha says that once upon a time at the town, at the whole town called Kasi, there's a gentleman called Sura. Sura is a hunter. So he went to the Himalaya jungle to do some hunting. Then he went there, and there was a very strange tree with hollow trunks, you know. A lot of liquid get trapped between the tree trunk there. And then he was observing that the parrots took a lot of seeds there, and then they were eating, and some will fall into the trunk, and of course soaked in that liquid, the red liquid. And the parrots will take and eat from the trunk, and they all will just collapse and become unconscious. They become high, they were drunk. And he observed that even monkeys do that. Monkeys to go and drink the fluid there also get drunk and then they will collapse. You notice that the birds and the monkeys, the crawlers and the flyers all were drunk for a while. They will collapse for a while, then they get up and then they fly away. So he was thinking this must be very strange, but it cannot be poison anyway. They didn't die. So he thought, why not he taste it also this time? Okay. So he went to take a little bit and drank. Oh, he liked it very much. He liked it very much. Of course, when you have your liquor kick, then he likes it very much. He also became a drunk and he enjoyed it very much, you know. So when he was drunk, of course, when you are drunk a lot, ideas come to you, bad ideas, good ideas, but mostly bad ideas. Mostly. So he thought, why not have some meat to eat? So those birds that were lying around beside him, he squeezed their neck and then set up a fire, made a barbecue, and he ate. So he got a wonderful feast, with liquor with him and meat, barbecue meat with him. So he enjoyed himself. Then he thought, why not I capitalize on this? I can make money out of this, isn't it? So he had a friend called Varuna. He has a friend called Varuna. He says, why not I see Varuna and discuss with him the potential about doing business, you know. Why not we just take this liquor, this drink, and then we sell to people, they will enjoy it very much. Right? They get drunk and then they will enjoy it very much while we make the money. So when you see Varuna, and Varuna agreed, you know, Varuna said, yeah, it's a good idea. Varuna tasted first now. And he also enjoyed it very much, got drunk. Says, yes, I think we can capitalize on this, can make money on this. Okay. So together they brought this liquid through those bamboo. On those days they used bamboo to transport. They don't have those plastic kind of containers those days. They use the bamboo kind of put inside. And then they went to the town. They went to his town called Kasi, and then introduced this drink to the king there. Oh, everybody enjoyed it very much. They drank and they got drunk and they forgot about their work. So everybody keep on enjoying themselves. Kaki Mabu enjoyed themselves very much and they forgot about their work. They forgot about working. And then eventually the town collapsed. The economy of that town collapses. So it collapsed and everybody became poor and the town became like a ghost town. That is the effect. Then they say, okay, this town got no more money to be made. They went to the next town. They went to Varanasi. They went to Varanasi, same thing. They approached the king and told him, this is a very nice drink. You must try, and you drink. And they got drunk again. So they all enjoyed it very much. They all got drunk and enjoyed themselves, wine, women, and songs. They forgot about work again. They forgot about working. They forgot about the economy. Again, this town called Varanasi also collapsed. It collapsed. And then they say, okay, now kalau cari makan here, we go to the next town. And they went to a town called Saketa. Saketa, again, the same thing happened. They approached the king, got him drunk, and everybody enjoyed the drink, and then the town collapsed again. So it affects a lot of towns of the day. This was a story told by the Buddha. Then they went to another town called Savatthi. In Savatthi, he approached the king, and he told the king that this is also very nice. You must drink this. You know, so, but luckily for that town, Savatthi is a big town those days, the king there, and then lucky for that king, that Lord Saka, king of the Tavatisa heaven. Lord Saka came down to do his surveillance to see who are the good people, who are the very faithful people, who are the very filial people. Lord Saka wanted to reward them, of course. So Lord Saka came down, surveyed, and realized that, oh, the king himself will be drunk this time. The king himself is falling into this trap. So Lord Saka quickly disguised himself as a merchant, took with him a jug, a special bottle with liquid inside, and he went to advertise. Come and buy this bottle of whatever I want to call it. Okay, buy this bottle of liquor. It is not butter, he says. It is not oil. It is not molasses. Neither it is honey. But what contains inside this container? What contains this container contains full of vices. It contains full of vices. Any fool who will drink this will lose control of himself, will misbehave. So the enemies will take advantage of him and will laugh at him. Come and buy this, is very good. Come and buy. So the king was very, very curious what is this man trying to sell. Then he said, come and buy. With this drink you drink, you will forget about decency. You will run naked around town. You forget that people will laugh at you. You will even abandon your parents. You will abandon your children at home. Come and buy. This is wonderful drink. Come and buy. So the king was again very curious. Then he continued and said, come and buy. He keep advertising, come and buy. This will make you arrogant. You drink this liquid, it makes you arrogant. You squander all your wealth. Don't worry, all your money you will spend. Come and drink. You know, and then you will talk nonsense after that. You won't control your mouth anymore. You'll be talking nonsense. Your eyes will become dull. Your mind become clouded. Come and drink. Come and buy. So he advertised that way. Then again, come and buy this bottle of drink again. He will destroy all the virtues you have. It will destroy your good reputation also. Come and buy. It's very good. Come and buy. Then only the king realized. Finally, the king realized the bad effect of drinking. The king knew that that bottle that he's selling and those jugs that are behind him were all actually liquor. And this liquor is of no use to you. It makes you drunk. It clouds your mind. Then the king was very grateful to him. The king says that, yes, now I realize what your message is. I know that you are trying to tell me that this is not good. So as a reward, let me allow you to choose 5 villages that you want. Take the village. I give you 100 women to be your servant. I give you 10 chariots of horses, 10 chariots, good breed horses. But I'm very grateful to you. You have taught us a great lesson here that you shouldn't be drinking. So from then on, the king observed his precepts and became a very good king. Then Lord Saka reveals his identity and says, I don't need all this reward from you. I am Lord Saka from 𝐶𝐻𝐵 heaven. I came here to tell you that the effect of drinks is not good. So that is why the Buddha advocated against drinking, advocated against drinks that clouds your mind, advocated that the effect of heedlessness from this drink is what we should avoid, because it will make you become like what I've given all the examples just now. So that's how the king, that's how the Buddha, or that's how King Saka, Lord Saka conveyed that message to the king. And then again now, as we come to this kind of festive, I would like to talk about this part every time. Every time we come to festive, we start our spring cleaning at home. All right, we clean the house, whatever old things we have, we throw away. For me, among the things that I will remember to throw away is those nice boxes for the eighth moon. When you buy the moon cakes, those days they give very nice boxes, and we like to keep them. It looks so nice, so beautiful. We say, oh, I can use a pencil box, I can use a macam-macam lah. So these are the things that once a year you see, yeah, this have no use to you. Correct? And then you dispose them. When New Year comes, you realize all this now. Now, when you do this, I will reflect on this every time. But sometimes I hear stories that people say, yes, throwing these things is like detachment, they say. Detaching yourself against material things. Which sometimes I also want to put it that I don't reflect it that way. I think it is beyond those things beyond those material things that we throw. When we discard these things, we must reflect that we are discarding things that are useless to us. Things that what? The Buddha says the mind is the forerunner. So those thoughts that we have, that has been lying dormant in us for years, sometimes we have got little ambitions, ambition that we want to be certain thing and then we cannot achieve, we get frustrated, these kind of thoughts, or we have got anger over somebody. We are angry over somebody, and then we harbor this kind of anger in us for years. They wanted to get even with him. So these thoughts of resentment, the delusion, these are the thoughts that we must think. When we throw away these boxes, we must think that we're discarding this kind of thoughts. These thoughts that are in us that we have harbored for years. Not the material things. The material things are actually quite insignificant to me, but it's more to remove this kind of thoughts. Why? Because when you remove this kind of thoughts, it's about detachment, and you detach yourself against this sort of bad ideas, bad habits, bad thoughts you have. Now, for example, when you remove this kind of thoughts, what does it make you? When you remove your greed, you remove your resentment, you remove the delusion you have in you, delusion thinking that you can be happy all alone or by yourself. So the kind of thoughts, when you remove them, what will happen to you? You will become a better person in society. Right? You will be a better person in society, and then because in this society, whether you like it or not, we have got to live and let live kind of attitude, whereby we must consider that once we give up this kind of resentment in us, this kind of anger in us, this kind of ambition in us, we are more, now we live in a society where we depend on people and people depend on you for emotional support. We have no choice. In this society today, we depend on people for emotional support and we give people emotional support. Correct? Now, this is the way we survive today. If we don't have this kind of attitude, I think the whole humanity will perish. So let us revisit. Let's say example. We revisit during the COVID period. Let's say during the COVID, whereby the doctors work very tirelessly. Remember, because they don't have that. Because they don't have the attachment. They have got rid of this kind of resentment in them. So during the COVID, you notice that the doctors work tirelessly to look after the patients. And we, people like us, active in the society, active in social work, we also came out and we raised funds to buy this equipment that the doctors, the hospital needs. Because of the sudden surge of this kind of usage of this equipment, they don't have enough. So what we do is general public came together because of our detachment from of resentment. So we came out, we put in our money, we gave donation, and we bought lots of equipment for the hospitals. We supported them. The patients also, they will give up their resentment also. The patients will become very cooperative. They also assisted in observing the quarantine rules. So this is what we say that give and let live kind of attitude we have. It is because of giving up our resentment, giving up ambition, giving up the anger that we have been harbored inside us for a long time. So it makes us become people like that. People, once we have removed this, we can overcome all these delusion that we harbored a long time. We remove greed, hatred, and delusion. Then we overcome all problems by ourselves and allow us to lend support to others without reservation. So we are able to do that because of this kind of let going. So remember, when we say we let go, and this year we want to let go of those bad ideas we have inside us, those resentment we have inside us. Why? Because when you give up this, you are giving up. Eventually, you are also giving up greed and your hatred to society. And makes you a better person to be able to live and lend your emotional support to people. We need that. We need that in this society. We need to lend support. So that is actually how I will reflect on this new year. That all those little things that I throw away, that I don't need, are this resentment that are inside me, those anger that I've been harboring for years. And these are the things that I will discharge. These are the things that I throw. And it makes me a better person in society, whereby I become selfless. I'm able to contribute more to society. And that is what I think I should do. That is my little message today. And again, because we must realize, see, sometimes I've said that earlier also, that we sometimes think only of spiritual development. Many a times when we speak to our Buddhist friends, we all talk about spiritual development only, going to Nibbana all the time. Doing certain practices to go to Nibbana. This practice, going to Nibbana. This way, going to Nibbana. We forgot about the worldly happiness we should live. The Buddha did not overlook at this, Remember, the Buddha focused a lot on our worldly happiness. In the 𝐒𝐮𝐲 𝐏𝐻𝐿, the Buddha taught us also. Remember, the Buddha taught us how to behave. Our social relationship with our parents, between parents and children. This is our worldly happiness. Let us not forget about this, So, in the 𝐒𝐮𝐲, the Buddha taught us how to live between parents and children, the relationship between teachers and pupil, husband and wives, between friends and friends, employer and workers, lay followers and religious teachers. So this kind of cohesion that the Buddha is talking about, that is very important for us, Don't forget, we are lay people, we are not the monastic people. Correct? And then again, you see, the Buddha never overlooked at this worldly kind of happiness. This worldly happiness, again, the Buddha has also addressed it in the 𝐷𝐴 Sutta. In the 𝐷𝐴 Sutta, the Buddha also said that there are two kinds of happiness. The first happiness is visible today. That's the happiness that we talk about, that we must support each other. And the Buddha said the four things that lead to this kind of happiness is what? The accomplishment of effort. We must put in effort. That's what we are saying. The Buddha says accomplishment of protection, the accomplishment of good friendship. That's what we were focusing. That the good friendship that we learn to live in the society, live and let live. And these are the qualities that we must look into now. We must focus into this. We must focus into the worldly happiness that the Buddha has taught us how to live this life, to achieve this kind of worldly happiness. And of course, there is happiness after life. The Buddha also taught us how to live that afterlife. Similarly, the Buddha has teaches us how to improve family relationship, right? Filial piety, gratitude, and all those things, Don't forget that the Buddha has taught us all this. And also, like you say, yes, sometimes we want to look for happiness beyond this life. Yes. The Buddha has taught us also how to live a good life so that we are guaranteed of a better afterlife. The Buddha says you practice generosity, dana, sila, bhavana. So let us learn Buddhism in a gradual format. So that we will not sacrifice this kind of worldly happiness that we are actually being. The Buddha has also focused on. We must not forget the worldly happiness that also the Buddha has focused on us. Don't forget the 𝐒𝐮𝐲 Sutta and the 𝐷𝐴 Sutta. So we learn about good karma. We learn about those good karma like giving, the sila, dana, sila, bhavana. This is the gradual learning where we will eventually, if those people talk about spiritual, yes, it leads you to spiritual well-being also. So that is another sutta the Buddha has taught us again. Since I have a bit more time, maybe I shall have another 5 minutes more to touch on another sutta. We call it the, I got another sutta to tell you. Actually, I don't know whether I should, maybe we shall talk about that in the next round. I know the sutta where the Buddha talk about how to live in the present. So for this year, we were talking about how to live in the present. Very important, we learn to live in the present. So that we will not live too much. We don't reflect too much on your past glory. Sometimes we spend too much time talking about our past glory. Sometimes we also spend too much time worrying about the future. And we forget about living in the present. So the Buddha has also addressed this in a sutta. It's called, I forgot the name of the sutta. It's called Bade Satta, I think. Bade Satta. I don't know it with me. So the Buddha has also taught us on how to live life, how to live in the present. And this will be my little message for us today. Now, we live in the present means we must live with we must ensure the worldly happiness that the Buddha has taught us how to achieve. Let us not forget, let us not overlook at this worldly happiness addressed in the Sigalovada Sutta, the worldly happiness addressed in the Diga Janu Sutta, and reflect on this sutta called the Auspicious Day. In English, this sutta is called an Auspicious Day, where the Buddha taught us to live in the present. Let's not live too much in your past, and let's not worry too much about the future. Yes, live in the present, look into our worldly happiness. With that, I wish you a very happy new year again. And that will be my message for today, for the opening for the year. Live in the present, look into our worldly happiness. So with that, I say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So to end this service, to end this special program that we have this morning, like what the Buddha said, that we will now have a different format. We have assembled about 12 chanters now, and they will appear on weekly basis, on rotation basis. And we also have recruited some new Dhamma sharers, new ones, but this is a platform for them to come forward to expose themselves. We have exposed Sister Felicia last 2 weeks, and we are very successful. She's a psychologist by training, and she gave us some psychological tips in line with the teachings of the Buddha. So we hope to succeed in this way, so that the outreach out becomes more effective. So with that, let me dedicate this merits also to our love. So let me dedicate this merits. We have spent about almost 40 minutes, am I right? About 45 minutes chanting and listening to the Dhamma sharing. And I'm sure our mind stayed focused. And during such time, we have a good abundance of merits. And this merits will dedicate to all our protective devas. We hope that today, on this auspicious morning, we dedicate this merits to all our protective devas, and they will rejoice in this merits and continue to bless us with good health, longevity, success, happiness, and also prosperity and wisdom to walk the Buddha's path. We will also not forget our loved ones who have passed away, wherever they are. We hope that if they are reborn on the celestial planes, they too will rejoice in these merits, and they will shower unto us their blessings and protection. And our aspiration for the year, and as always, may we be blessed with company of the good and the wise always. May we not follow the ways of the foolish. May we be blessed with good friends and good teachers who can guide us along the path of the Dhamma until we reach the final liberation, Nibbana. Ettavata chammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva sabbe satta sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang me nyati nang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana patiya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, very happy New Year again. We meet again next week with a new group of chanters,